Okay. Hey guys, can you see me? Can you write in the chat if you see me? Hey guys, can you see me? Can you write in the There it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna put the sound down. Hey guys, how are you? First live for me. Okay, perfect. Thanks for confirming. First live for me, guys. I'm a little bit, tiny bit stressed out. First time I'm doing that. The aim, I think, is just to for you to get to know me a little bit more. If you've got any questions, I will be explaining a little bit more why I started my channel, the things that are motivating me. Talking about few people that I have met, so few shout outs for some of you who are I can see already in the chat. Talking a little bit about the future projects, well, not necessarily the projects, but more what I have in mind for my channel. I kind of like teased you a little bit in one of my previous video, so the aim will be to explain you a bit more where I see this channel going, and again, what's my not strategy, but things that I'd like to put in place. So please, hey, kind of Mike, hey mate, hey Brian, how are you guys? Yeah, please make this live like just engaged, ask me questions. Like there's no wrong moment and wrong questions, so please help me a little bit. So as some of you know, I don't know if you've seen all of my videos. How many people up here? I can see kind of Mike, Jenny and Greg, David, hey guys, Crazy Dad and his son, hi there. No comfort zone, hey mate. Um, well, thanks for joining, guys. So, I am, as some of you know, I am working in finance, and finance is not necessarily. Hey, mate. Hey, Anto, how are you, mate? Happy you can join. So yeah, I was saying I am working in finance. Great job. Really like what I do. But when I was a kid, I was always creating stuff with my hands. Always like imagining things like my sister and my mom could or the witness of that. I was always creating stuff with my hands, and I was really you know big imagination. And when I grew up, I went to high school and I became a geek. Like I was spending so many hours behind my computer, always playing video games, and yeah, trying to learn so many things by myself, how to build a website, how to code and all this stuff. And then at some point, I ended up going to finance. Oh, hey, Train. Last year, I had quite a few bad news that pushed me towards this YouTube adventure. So I had been thinking about doing YouTube for so many years. I really wanted to start a channel, but like some of you, like I see Crazy Dad guy, your Crazy Dad Canamite, Brian. I know we had this chat together, guys, and I know you felt the same. You wanted to start for quite a few times, quite a long time, but you always, yeah, it is an adventure. You are always a bit scared of what people can think of you because YouTube is not yet how to say that, it doesn't necessarily have a good perception when it comes from your close and family. They can be like, what the fuck is YouTube? Like, why would you do that? Why would you waste your time on a YouTube channel? You've got, yeah, yeah, glad to, mate. Glad, Brian. Brian is one of the buddy I made on YouTube actually. He's really supportive, same as Crazy Dad and Ken and Mike, and No Comfort Zone obviously. So yeah, when I started YouTube, I was a bit obviously scared of what people could think of me and this idea. So family is always like, why are you doing that? Yeah, exactly. Family, well, actually my family, to be fair, my family was really supportive because they knew I've always been really creative, and they knew it was important for me. And when I told them, they were like, okay, we're not that surprised that you want to do that, which was really good. And it's also one thing that pushed me to do it. I was like, okay, if my parents and my sister are behind me, and they know me, they know that when I do something, I go full on, and I really try my best to succeed and to make it a thing. So they knew I wouldn't be wasting my time technically. So I know some of you, again, I had this chat with quite a few of you guys. Oh, um, actually, I don't have my speakers. Okay, is that better? Sorry, technical issues. Kind of mic. Is that better? Okay, I'll keep on speaking. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thanks for seeing that. Okay, cool. Yeah, live streaming is completely different from doing a video. Anyway, so I started. I had this idea like last summer. So last year, my girlfriend was diagnosed with cancer stage 1, and was a really big hit for me. It was obviously more difficult for her, but she's someone obviously that I do care about. And when you've got, it was the first time for me in my life that I was facing this type of event, and it's hard when you realize that, okay, one day you're okay and the next day they give you bad news. So now she's obviously fine and supportive of this, and but it was one thing that was for me kind of like a wake up call. I was like, okay, I've had this idea of doing a YouTube channel for quite some time already. I was like spending way too much time watching cat videos on YouTube. No, I'm kidding, not necessarily cat videos, but watching tons of videos on YouTube. Hello, Geneviève. Okay. um, and so yeah, so I wanted to create this channel, didn't have the guts to do it, and then I had this first event. Then in October, I had a really good friend and colleague of mine who got diagnosed again with a cancer, and we were really close. She was actually not an influencer, but she had like an Instagram account on the side, and she was already giving speeches about how to live better, how to improve your health, how to have like the right habits. She was focusing on women, and she was trying to empower women in living a professional life and living their hobbies, and spending time with their family, etc. She was really inspiring, and we started talking about YouTube influencers, etc. And when I told her about my idea, she was one of the first one was really supportive of this idea. So technically, the channel for me was, okay, I want to live a bit more. Like, I want to live to the fullest. I want to have time to do everything I want to do. Hence the bucket list. And if you haven't seen the bucket list video, well, I'm sure all of you guys here have seen the bucket list video. I'm pretty sure, looking at everything. Yeah, you all have seen it. So in my bucket list, in the description, you can see all the things that I would love to do. So whether it is traveling, so I segmented that in sections. So you've got the long-term objectives, which are, you know, having yeah, having a family, and having a house, having a car, this type of things. Um, you have also where I would love to travel. Um, I was lucky enough. My dad was a commercial pilot for Air France when I was before he retired, and I was really lucky to be able to travel with him. And it kind of like gave me this virus. I don't know if you guys say that, the bug, exactly. You say getting the bug. So I got this bug of traveling. I really wanted to travel more, and I feel that the more you travel, the more you discover new cultures, the more open-minded you become, technically. So this is definitely on my bucket list, meeting new people across the world, and I'm so happy, by the way, of having met people in the US, in the UK, kind of Mike. Who else is in the US? Brian, you are also in the US. A few people who can't make it tonight, but yeah, exactly. Kind of like is saying, big focus for me lately, living more intentionally and experiencing more. So it's exactly for this reason that I wanted to create my channel. The idea was like, okay, I've got a bucket list, and I want to take items from it. I want to do videos about it, and why not trying to encourage people doing the same thing by whether breaking down the different steps if it's something difficult, complicated, like the Kilimanjaro, which I will be talking a bit later about, or just documenting my journey, just documenting this like bucket list item that I just ticked off, like the Lamborghini, the flyboarding in Curacao, these type of videos. But obviously, you can't do that every single week. First of all, it's quite expensive. Second of all, you don't necessarily have the time, and I would love to have such an exciting life every single week, but reality is it's not the case. So, guys, a quick question. Give me your top three bucket list items in the chat. For those of you who are here, please give me just one, two, three. Um, 1 million followers. Yeah, I would put that in the long-term objective, Craig. I would love that, but it's gonna take a tiny bit of time, I guess. But yeah, I would love that. Yeah, put me in the chat your three top bucket list objective, so I can see what you guys would love to do. So I know I've discussed with like few people, whether it's my girlfriend, some friends, and some people don't believe in having a bucket list. Some others think it's a great idea to give guidance, which is my case. I think it's having a bucket list is just giving you an objective. You can say, okay, this year I'm going to try to achieve this, whether it's work, career related, or it's traveling somewhere. Faire le tour du monde en bateau. Geneviève would love to do a world tour in a boat. Okay, that's a good one. I think I would be scared of doing this, or maybe in a big boat. Yeah, why not? That could be a good one. Yeah, Brian, Ken, Mike, Crazy Dad. Let me know about your bucket list, also your top three. So no comfort zone, visit every country. So I don't know, have you made no comfort zone, have you watched videos from Yes Theory? In Yes Theory, those guys, they have there's one of them, I can't remember his name, he's got a girlfriend, and his girlfriend actually did that. She's the youngest person who actually traveled in all the countries in the world. I'll try to get you the name. I'll tweet that to you. And I think it's pretty interesting. And she's probably an influencer too. But yeah, um, it wouldn't be on my bucket list. I would love to travel as much as possible. But there's like some countries I'm like, you know, Afghanistan and this type of thing. I'm okay. I can pass on these ones. But definitely, yeah, as much as I can. Go to space. Aha! Yeah, go to space. I would love that. I'm smiling at your third one because I've read it already. Go to space. Yeah, I'd love that. And maybe, Elon Musk, maybe he might take us there at some point, or Virgin. We'll see. And Ariana Grande, I know you're not talking about going to a concert. Anyway, trip to the moon. Yeah, again. Yeah, why not? Actually, they're going to start a base on the moon soon. So why not? We're young. Maybe in the next 15 years, we would be able to do that. Trin is saying full financial freedom to be able to work from anywhere, but do something you really love. Yeah, that's one of the reasons actually I started this YouTube channel. If I go back on it, I will keep on reading your bucket list item. Please keep on posting that. I'll come back to them. So one of the reasons I wanted also to start this channel, not just to obviously tick off items from my bucket list, but also trying to empower people in taking this first step towards their happiness. Like a lot of us have certain dreams in mind, whether it is being financially independent, or traveling more, or setting up our own business, and sometimes we're just scared of doing it. Uh, the whole When you look at where you want to be and where you are, all those like steps in the middle, you're like, fuck, there's a lot to do. I don't know, I don't think I can do it. And this is, at this point, this is the most difficult part actually. Finding the motivation and finding the inspiration and being surrounded by the right people who are going to support you from the beginning and push you to keep on, keep on pushing and keep on learning and keep on improving. um, and I thought that through my video, through this YouTube channel, maybe I would be able to, my way, but be able to push people to start, whether it's a business or, creating more like a crazy dad. And I love what you do. And if one day I meet someone who doesn't have your talent but would love to play piano, this is definitely something I would love to do, like showing that, redirecting this person to a crazy dad music video. If you guys haven't checked his channel, by the way, please do it, because he's got, if you love piano, this is just, this guy is just a genius, a musical genius. I love what he does. This is just beautiful. So yeah, if I find someone who wants to learn piano but who is scared, maybe through this channel I could encourage him to go and meet Craig, for example, to learn piano. Or someone who wants to create a business. If I start talking about more entrepreneurs, this is something maybe that could help. So let me read a little bit what you guys said. Kind of Mike is saying, move to the mountains. Okay. For, I guess you want to live in a peaceful place far away from the city. I can actually, I can understand that. I was raised in the countryside. So I was born in Montpellier, which is in south of France. And we were, my sister and I, raised in a small village, so in the countryside. So now I'm living in London, and although I love the life in a big city, it's great, it's exciting, there's so many things to do. You want to go out, there's like tons of bars, tons of clubs, tons of restaurants. Every time there's something new. You've got musicals, theater, you've got shows, exhibitions, everything. It is exciting, but it is also draining. And we had this chat with my girlfriend last time, and we're like, at this point where maybe in the future, obviously we might build a family and stuff. And I don't want, if I have kids one day, I don't want them to live in a city. I was so happy when I was younger to take my bike with my sister, and my mom was like really happy to let us go and just go for like the whole afternoon cycling around in the forest or in the countryside, and it was like really safe compared to here in the city. I would not let my child do that. So yeah, living in a mountain, Mike, I think I can understand your point. Definitely become a pilot. Oh, I like that. Why become a pilot? Pilot of what, mate? I guess plane, right? Aircraft. I grew up in the mountains. I would love to live in the beautiful forest again. Yeah, I definitely get that. So yeah, pilot of what? So my dad is a pilot, and I actually started taking flying lessons when I was younger. In France, we've got this diploma, which is the first diploma that you take when you're like 14 or 15, and you learn about clouds, about wind, about how an airplane is flying. You have like few hours of flying, and you learn tons of things, but really the basic of aviation. And so I got this diploma, and I wanted to do more actually. Funny story, I'm kind of like digressing here, but originally I wanted to be a fighter jet pilot. So yeah, fighter jet test pilot. Sorry. So my dad was a commercial pilot. I didn't want to be a commercial pilot because I grew up and I didn't see him much. He was like often traveling, and then when he was with us, he was like so jet lagged that he was sleeping a lot, napping a lot. So I wanted to. I didn't want to be a commercial pilot. I wanted to spend more time with my family. But didn't want to be a pilot for the army because I'm too kind. I think I'm too nice. I didn't want to drop bombs on people. Didn't want to kill anyone, if it makes sense. So I decided that I would be a test pilot. My favorite film was Top Gun. And for you guys, kind of like, I'm pretty sure you know this film. Um, Bush pilots, small planes, backcountry flying. Yeah, I get that. Napping is sweet. Yeah, Greg. Yeah. Tell that to my dad. He loves that. You can have like a great discussion about nothing. Uh, so yeah, I wanted to be a test pilot. So you tried the aircraft before they are being commercialized. So whether for Airbus or Dassault, stuff like that. How do you handle work with YouTube and actually find time for social life? Great question, Train. So handle work with YouTube and actually find some time for social life. It is challenging. It is really challenging because my job. So I'm working in finance and I've got clients in Geneva. I've got clients in Monaco and Luxembourg, and I have to travel almost every week to go and see them. So the way I organize myself when I said, okay, I want to do this YouTube channel, I know it's going to take time. Shooting a video to give you an idea for you guys who are watching or do not have a YouTube channel. The others, they know exactly the pain that it is to shoot a video and edit it. So shooting a video for me takes now between 2 and 3 hours. Editing the video is, depending on the complexity of it, can be between 4 to 6 hours. Like the last video I did with about Nathaniel Drew, who, by the way, and you will go on my video, he answered, he left me a comment on the video today, so I'm super stoked, really happy. Anyway, so editing the video is up to 6 hours depending on the video, sometimes even more. But it's not it. You have to find the idea. You have to be a bit strategic about what you want to do if you want to have views. You have to do the SEO, which is putting all the tags, all the keywords and stuff, writing the description, working on a thumbnail. And even before shooting, you have to set up everything. Like you have to have the lights properly organized. You have to sometimes have a script because I'm not, and you can obviously get it, I'm not a native English speaker. So sometimes it's a bit harder for me to deliver an idea, to deliver a message. So if I want to be sure that my audience, that you guys understand what I want to do, because it's not, it's not really natural for me to speak in front of a camera. I need to learn a text. So sometimes you will see a video and I kind of like speak like several sentences, but it's actually 2, 3 sentences that I learned by heart, did the take, and then moved to the second one. Um, so so Trin, just to respond, and social life, to be very honest, social life, I am spending most of my free time with my girlfriend. From time to time I've got time with to spend with some of my friends here in London, but I told all of my very good friends in London before starting this YouTube adventure, I told them, listen guys, for 1 year, I'm giving myself a year to see where it goes, if there's any potential or not, and if there is potential, then I would try to find people to help me editing the videos or shooting, or just to make it easier for me to add this YouTube adventure into my day-to-day life. So social life, I told my friends, for 1 year technically we won't see each other much, but it's fine. Some of them are starting new jobs, some of them just had kids, others are getting married, etc. So they're also like pretty busy. Let me read a little bit what you guys said, so I don't miss anything. So Trin, thanks for this question. Trip to the moon, move to the mountains, and travel around the world for kind of Mike number 3. By the way, I was speaking about editing, shooting, etc. Kind of Mike, if you guys are into video games, Greg, I think you kind of like, you like video games too. Go on his channel because he does really good content. I'm a bit sad he couldn't release new videos lately, but he is pretty busy with job too. I know that. But Mike, really can't wait to see your next video, buddy. And really, I am looking up to him because his editing is really neat, really good quality. I need to step up. I really need to step up. Um, Geneviève, organizing my wedding. Thank you. Okay, for some of you who didn't get that, that's my okay. Yeah, anyway, if I'm being honest, not working, lots of money, and non-stop fun. Craig, yeah, I get you, buddy. That would be, I think, the dream of everyone. Sorry, I'm reading a little bit what you guys are saying. Oh yeah, so no comfort zone is living up to Liverpool. Happy to see you, mate, on the chat. And you know, trains exist. You can come and spend a weekend with us here in London if you want to. Um, and Brian wants to fly with you. Oh, I like to fly with champagne. Oh, sir. I like your style though. So, how do you handle work? Responding to this one. Grew up in. Sorry, just catching up with this. And yeah, Brian, Nathaniel left me a comment today. So really happy you saw this video. I had quite a few views on it. Hopefully, we'll keep on growing, and I'll try to do other videos like that. Oh, Blue Line Gamer, what up? What up, buddy? Really happy you met it. So Blue Line is another YouTuber that I have met, obviously through YouTube. Great content again. He's passionate about comics, especially Batman, if I'm not wrong, and unboxing his Amazon deliveries, which is actually really hilarious. Really nice to see you here, guys. Um, Speaking of TED Talk one day. Ooh, that's a good one. So I don't know if you guys have seen, if you know about TED Talks. TED Talks is how to say that, it's people who lived something specific, whether they have you know, they went through a rough period, they faced a specific challenge, they created a company, they were working for a specific company, they succeeded to have a breakthrough in their field, in their industry. So TED Talks is all these people who are going to speak to an audience and sharing their experience. And usually if you go on the TED Talk, actually I'm gonna show you right now a bit of TED Talk, because TED Talk, for some of you who don't know me, it is something. Let me switch that. Boom. Okay, so TED Talks, for some of you who don't know me, is something that have really helped me through my life. It's something that I get inspiration from. There's a lot of different chats and inspiring people delivering one, two, three, delivering a nice message and encouraging message. So definitely, if you've got some time to waste, not to waste actually, but if you've got some spare time, go on TED Talks. This is definitely something, the type of videos that you would you want to get inspiration from. One of my favorite one is called I don't know if I can. It's called Fake It Till You Make It. I don't know if you know this one. Um, I will post the link somewhere in the description of this live when I post it. But technically, fake it till you make it is we don't know everything when we start a new adventure. Like for example, my YouTube channel. When I started, I kind of like didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to shoot, how to use a camera. Didn't understand anything about analytics, about SEO, about all this stuff. I'm still learning, right? But fake it till you make it is like, okay, kind of like show, pretend, not pretend, but show to people that you can make it, that you know what you're doing, even though sometimes you have no idea what you're doing, and you will learn in the meantime on your own time. You will learn and make technically catch up on what you're showing to people and what you actually know. So it's really inspiring chat. Anyway, going back to the chat here. Um, Sorry, catching up. Sorry. Guys, you're actually really engaged now. I'm struggling catching up. Okay, sorry. Party in London. Definitely, we're gonna party in London. Greatest quality. Thanks, Crazy Died, mate. But you know, you keep on saying that, but you are ahead of us by far, and you will have like a really neat quality when it comes to music. So you know, you can include yourself in this group. I feel like watching you guys are that good. No, it's not true, mate. You really have to work on this self confidence, because I can tell you, you are. You think you're here when you're actually here. And guys who know Crazy Dad, please tell him in the chat right now. Um, have I ever been to the US? Kind of like, yes, several times. I love the US. So my company is actually an American company, and I am working. So they've got their headquarters in New York. So I go to New York once a year, and I traveled a lot thanks to my dad again, who was a commercial pilot. I traveled a lot. We went to I did the East Coast and West Coast. The thing is, we went to LA and stuff when I was younger, but I don't remember much because I was too young probably to go there. I went to Florida, to California, to went to Vegas. Just remember one thing in Vegas, we went to this casino, um, and we went to the casino, and instead of having money, playing with money, you were playing with small tickets, and you were exchanging the tickets against toys. That's one memory I've got from Las Vegas. But yeah, no, I went several times to the US. Went with my sister also to New York. Went to Boston. I love Boston. Really, really like this city. Um, Boston, we went to what's it called? So Boston, we went to Washington. I liked Washington; was great for the museums, but I think I wouldn't live there. It's a bit too quiet for me. I'm gonna catch up on. I've seen a few questions. So Train was saying full financial freedom. Yep, I agree. What is next in your to-do list besides Kilimanjaro? Yeah, I missed this question. What is next in my to-do list? I would love to take the PADI. For those of you who know what the PADI is, it's the first. It's the diploma to be able to scuba dive. It's something I always wanted to do. The thing is, it's a bit expensive, and you need quite some time to do it. You need like I think 6 days, something like that, maybe a bit less, but be available over 6 afternoons, something like that. So it is time consuming and a bit expensive to do it, but I would love to do it. It's definitely on my to-do list. Um, and another one, which maybe I will do a video about it, so I'll give you this info, but it's stupid, but I've never done any free hugs. Do you remember this like free hugs thing when we were like, I don't know, it was like 5, 6, 7 years ago? Um, and I've never done that. It's a stupid thing I would love to do. I think it would be fun to do it. So I've got like stupid ideas like that too that I would like to do. Kilimanjaro, I think, is a great goal for this year already. It's gonna take a bit of time for me to prepare. Um, Sorry, catching up on the speaking of TED Talk. Yes, definitely. We want the greatest quality. I am into US. Oshkosh, yeah, I went to Oshkosh, true. And Greg is saying that Paddy is also one of his, yeah, one of the things that he would love to do. Maybe we could do that together. You know, if you're, maybe I could do a video about it. That would be funny. Or do you have help in filming? I don't have help in filming. No, actually, I'm lying. I had help. So 3 videos. The My second video where I was kind of like announcing what I would do on the channel was my girlfriend filming. The video for the Lamborghini was again my girlfriend. My dad was there too, so I gave them. I had a GoPro, had my M50 Canon, so I gave them my cameras, and I was like, guys, try to film a little bit. So they were helping me, and the flyboarding. I feel a bit bad because my girlfriend was on the side and it was burning hot. It was so hot on that day, and she was under the sun. She was filming me from far away, and then I had the GoPro, and I asked the guy on the jet ski to actually film me. So I gave the GoPro to the guys on the jet ski first because I had to learn how to do it, which is, by the way, a bit complicated, but once you understand how it works, it's just amazing, an amazing feeling. It's like you're flying. So highly recommend to do it, guys, if you've got the occasion one day. So I gave the GoPro to the guy on the jet ski, and then once I felt a bit more confident, I asked him to give me the GoPro, and then some of the footage that you've seen, or from whether him or me on the GoPro. Have I been skydiving? Are you going to? I have, and actually great question, because um, this is if you go on my Facebook group, guys, I've got a Facebook page. If you go and like me, you will see one of the first short video that I posted on Instagram when I kind of like announced my channel, was about my skydiving experience. And it's something I always wanted to do, that I did. It was my 30th birthday gift from all of my friends. It was just an amazing experience. You cannot feel more alive than when you are actually skydiving. And so the funny story is, I wasn't scared, so I went on the plane, and the plane took off, and you've got like 15 minutes to reach the required altitude. and um, and the guy, so I obviously jumped with an instructor behind me, and the instructor was like, okay, how do you want to jump? Do you want to do a front flip? Do you want to just jump and stabilize, which is the normal and classic way for people who are scared, or do you want to do a backflip? And I told him, okay, what's the most surprise, like what's the scariest one? And it was like, I think backflip, if it's your first time, backflip is quite impressive. I was like, okay, let's go for backflip. And you actually jump, and so you go this way, you start seeing the plane like going really far away really quickly from you, and then you keep on turning, and then you see the floor, you see the ground, and this is crazy experience. And I highly recommend, again, people, if one day you want to do that, to yeah, to try that. Buddy in the Philippines will whale sharks. So yeah, whale sharks, not sharks. I've met through I went to how's it called, Mauritius one day, and I met there some French people who were also traveling, and they loved scuba diving with sharks. So their aim was to scuba dive with as many sharks as possible, like as many different type of sharks as possible. Great for them. I mean, scuba diving is good for me. Whale sharks, yeah, why not? Why not? Um, but yeah, guys, I see it's been like 38 minutes already that I've been here. Thank you so much for, first of all, showing up, because I was so stressed out. um, I was so stressed out about this live. It's the first time I'm doing it. I've been struggling a little bit before. It's completely different from doing a video. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being engaged in the comments. I will try to put a condensed version of this live on my YouTube channel. I've got few more objectives, and I will finish maybe with that this live. I have been working on a few projects. I think where my channel is going, what I want to do. I don't know if people on the chat are familiar with. Thanks, Jenny Greg. I don't know if people are familiar with Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, and I'll show you his channel really quickly. I prepared it. Come on. Okay, I think I'm gonna reload this page. So Mr. Beast technically is a guy who started getting known by, okay, it's this guy. He's got 20 million subscribers now. 20 million subscribers, and what he does is like giving tons of money to random strangers or his friends. So last one to leave the VR wins 20k. Last to remove hand gets a Lamborghini. Last to leave circle wins 10k, and he just takes like random people, and which is good for them. The way his business model works is the because now he's got so many subscribers, and he started by giving £100 in the street to random strangers. Then he did £500, then £1,000, then $10 sorry, then 10k dollars, etc., etc. And now the thing is, the business model is, because he's got, and you can see it's like 36 million views, 35 million views, 32, 12. He's got so many views every time he does a video. So companies want to invest in this guy, in his channel. So let's say you've got a company who has a product to sell for about £2, $2. Um, let's say they tell him, okay, you talk about our product in your video for like 2 minutes you have to say this and that. If he has like, let's say, 36 million views on his videos, there's at least 100k people who are going to buy the product of, um, so it's going to be, they're going to invest like, let's say, 100k, they're going to give 100k to this guy for the video, and they're going to leave with minimum 200k as a return. I would love to, instead of investing in people, random strangers, in friends or stuff, in people who can make a difference in life, in people who have a dream, in people who have an idea of a company, a career they would like to start, anything that could help someone to reach their happiness, to reach their goal, their dream. I would love to do that. So I have been, and I will maybe talk a little bit more about that later. But I have been in touch with Cancer Research UK since I started this fundraising. So I'm fundraising for the Kilimanjaro, and I put the name of my friend who passed away. So I'm raising on behalf um, of her, technically, and my company got involved. They liked the initiative, and they gave me actually 5k, which was unexpected and great. So I kind of like reached my target, which I'm going to put to 10k pounds now. Cancer Research were really impressed by that, so they decided to meet me, and I had a meeting with them this week, and we'll see. Maybe there will be some work with those guys. Let me catch up, and then I will wrap up, so I don't want to spend too much waste too much of your time tonight. Blue fuel. Okay, another guy I have to talk about before leaving. Blue Fuel Systems H2O gas. So, mate, I love what you're doing. He's got his channel is has a great message. Technically, he's showing us on his channel, although I don't understand anything of like the whole mechanics and stuff. But I love the message, and I love what he stands for, and just for that, he has my full support. Um, Blue, what he's doing is he's technically showing the technology that we could use in order to, uh, instead of using electric batteries and fuels, etc., like oil, etc., for cars. And there are systems that do exist already using water, so H2O, to just to be more environment friendly. And I think it's a great idea, and we need more people like that. And I would love to do a collaboration with you, mate, one day. Let's see if we can get more people to, raise the awareness on this cause. Um, yeah, he's saving the world, technically. Yeah, it's true. Mark, did you see Casey Neistat interview with Mr. Beast? I did, actually. Yeah, I did, and it's funny how genuine this guy, Mr. Beast, is, actually. And he was also on the Logan Paul Impulsive podcast. He's so different from Logan Paul. It was so funny to see those two guys speaking with each other, because you've got one. I don't despite Logan Paul, but obviously he's done some stupid stuff in the past. I think he's a big business-oriented guy. I think he's really smart, actually. A bit young, maybe, but I think his business model is great. And yeah, speaking with Mr. Beast, who he's really nice, but he comes across as kind of like a nerd, a geek, who got found out on YouTube and got really big really quickly. So the difference between those two is like when you were in high school and you've got different groups. You've got the popular type of guys, and you've got the nerds on the side, and you've got the skateboarders and stuff. It's kind of like those two guys were definitely not in the same group. So funny. I do recommend you to watch this video. It's really cool. Um, anyway, guys, I see all of your comments. I'm super stoked. Thank you so much for being here tonight and for not leaving me by myself behind my camera feeling awkward. Thanks for your support, all of you, everybody I've quoted, whether you've got a YouTube channel or not. All the support helps, all the comments that you're putting, the likes, the share, if you're sharing, if you're talking to my channel about to other people. everything helps. The way YouTube works is an algorithm. So in the first 6 hours when I post a video, if you're commenting, if you're liking, if you're sharing, if you're watching maybe several times the video, this is going to push my video to be seen more and more on YouTube and being suggested to other people. So all the little help a lot. So thanks for being here tonight. I will put a short version of this live. I will try to do it as soon as possible. So for some of you who have missed the beginning, you can see the whole thing. Thanks again. I will see you very soon. I've got tons of project in head in my mind, and hopefully I will be able to, you know, do everything I've got. I've got a big imagination. Not sure I can do everything, but we'll see. Thanks for your support. Have a great evening, great Sunday. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Thanks again. Bye bye. And now I need to find how to stop this. Okay, I've got it. Chew.